Hi everybody, I'm Aubrey Johnson and I'm here with fellow teacher and friend Cecile Elias. We're at Moxie Mind and Body Pilates Studio at our South Hills location, and today we're going to do just a quick tutorial on the Kathy Grant Footboard. I have to give a huge shout out to my mentor, Kathy Ross Nash, for introducing me to this. I had heard of it before. I think Blossom actually even owns, I don't know if there's only one or there's still multiple out there, but one of the original Kathy Grant footboards that actually fit onto the reformer. And just to give a little background, so we know that we have the foot bar, but it's round, and there's not a whole lot of surface area there to actually get your foot on there. So for someone that needs a little bit more help to actually get the toes, and when we say toes, we really mean like the metatarsals, the base of the toe on there. This gives a broader surface area to get more of the footing, which then carries up all the way through your body, because if your feet are in a good place, the rest of your body will kind of carry through and be in a good place. So thank you, Kathy, for bringing this into my life. My own body has changed dramatically. I know, Cecile, we were just talking earlier, after what, a month of using it?
2 months after finding this through Kathy, my calluses, my running calluses have moved.
Yeah, and my walking has completely changed too. Like I remembered after about a week of using it, I could just feel my hips moving differently and walking. So at this point right now, I got mine through Russell Soder at Pilates Lineage. So you can Google it. I'm sure there's the website, or contact him if you're interested in one for yourself. But if you come to Moxie, you can come use ours. So we're just going to do the footwork using the footboard. So Cecile, if you want to lie back. So when someone's new with using this, you definitely want to start with just 2 springs. So I have 2 outer springs on. And you're going to actually hold the bar in place, the footboard in place for them. Once they become more advanced and used to doing it, they should be able to keep the board on there from the pressure of working through it correctly the whole time. And if they feel it wobbling around or sliding up or doing funky things, they're gonna know they're not working properly. But for the first time or first few times, you wanna hold it on there for them just so they can get the feel. So I'm placing it right on the corners up here, so it's nice and solid. Cecile's gonna work in parallel and start hip socket width. So we make sure for her toes position, which when we say toes, we don't really mean the edge of the toes, we mean the metatarsal, right? So the base of the toe. We need to see that her pinky all the way to her big toe has contact with that footboard. And she does. It looks great. She looks nice and square. So she's going to keep that reach into it with a slight elevation of her heel. Her tail is down, and she reaches almost as though the footboard is moving away from her. And she comes back in. And in the beginning, someone might need to go a little bit slower with it just to get the feel. Just like anything, the first time we do it, it's a new experience. But then they start to get the feel, and you want them to keep moving and flowing through it. And I just have my hands on her pinky and her big toe here so that she can feel if those points want to leave. So she'll do 10, and then when she finishes her 10th one, we move to the arches. Now, she has such cute little feet, but even her cute little feet can work on this board, right? It doesn't matter how your feet are shaped. This is a tool that anyone can benefit from. She's going to make sure her heels are actually touching, and then she domes the feet around it for arches, so she has an equal reach under and over. It's almost like it's a spine corrector for your foot, right? A little more surface area than if you just had the bar. So it's the same thing. Reach into the footboard to go out, reach into the footboard to come in, and fully opening and closing the carriage. She just got an adjustment there. I don't know if you could hear that. You could feel it, right, Cecile? It feels so good. Can you keep your heels together? Great. She's gonna do 10. She has that nice hug of the midline. And after 10, we'll move to heels. So now her heels are placed on the footboard. She's doing a great job of working correctly too. If she wasn't, you'd see this sliding around, and a lot of times you'll see it want to push up because people aren't wanting to keep their legs sitting back into their hips there. So from here, she's going to do the same thing. She's going to feel it reach out, and in. And she constantly feels, even though you see the carriage moving, it really feels like it's the footboard that's moving away from her and coming towards her. Relax your gaze just a little bit. Good, Cecile. So 10 here. And then after her 10, just like your regular sequence, we're going to go back to toes. And we'll do hip socket width. Again, just the hip socket width gives a little bit more of a base of support. So pinky toe to big toe is on there. This is probably the hardest one of all for everyone. It's going to limit the range of motion, but you're going to work that much deeper. So reach to go out. She's going to keep all those points on. Feel as though you're lifting up, even though the heels reach to me. And keep that connection as you come back up for 3 counts. Lower for 3, 2, 1, and lift 2, 3. Now I'm going to let her go and go on her own. And that way the footboard can be the teacher itself for her. And she can feel like, oh no, if it wants to slide up and away, or she can feel, oh no, if I want to use my pinky toe more or my big toe more. We need all of the toes at the party. Usually people don't put their pinky toe on there. That's usually the one you're going to see try to escape, especially if people are used to working in their, as they call it, Pilates V, or heels together, toes apart. That pinky toe is always hanging off in space. And then when she finishes, she'll come all the way back in. And just working like that, and she did such a phenomenal job. You didn't see all that deep work that was going on inside, but it's really a lot of work. You can do the stomach massage series with this, and then also the running. But we're just going to focus on the footwork today, and just by doing that a couple times a week, like she said, even just for a month, she's already finding different foot placement on the floor in her running. So again, Pilates Lineage for your footboard, and thank you, Kathy, for introducing me to this amazing tool.
And thank you, Russell.
And thank you, Russell, yes.